is a country with people of varying backgrounds and belief systems. We collectively identify as Sri Lankans. We are all born on this earth and share the same blood. We each have equal rights to traverse the streets and cities and to live as Sri Lankans. We all have the right to practice and manifest our religions as we please, as long as it does not harm the rights of our Sri Lankan brethren. Then why are some of us feeling less equal than others? Honorable Prime Minister Mr.Imran Khan, the year 2020 has been an enormous challenge for the whole world owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. Sri Lanka too has suffered, and in these times, no Sri Lankan has to be a burden on the government. At the same time, the government too must not stand as a burden to its people. It is in this light that we Sri Lankans continue to be perplexed as to why the government denies the burial rights of COVID-19 victims. From the beginning of the pandemic, the World Health Organization has permitted the burial of those who have died from COVID-19. All over the world, the practice of burying or cremating is followed. Every person is allowed the option of choosing how they prefer to be disposed. The forced cremation policy, which prohibits burial, is only followed in Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka followed internationally accepted scientific norms, it would only have been common knowledge that the prohibition of burial rites is unscientific, irrational, and hurts the sentiments of Muslims, Christians, and all Sri Lankans that consider burial of their dead sacred to their beliefs. The Sri Lankan Muslims have decried this cruel and heartless regulation imposed by the government. Global leaders, including the British Parliament, have expressed their dismay over the government's unrelenting stand. The UNHRC, the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka, and many rights activists have urged the government of Sri Lanka to withdraw its forced cremation policy. The government of Sri Lanka imposed the responsibility on a committee of experts who eventually recommended that Sri Lanka can permit burials as long as certain criteria are met. Eventually, the same committee of experts refuted claims of waterborne transmission of the virus. These announcements renewed hope that the government would lift its forced cremation policy. Still, the government was unrelenting. It is on this note that the announcement of your proposed visit came to be cheered by all Sri Lankans alike. Many Sri Lankans rejoiced over the proposed state visit of the 1992 World Cup winning captain and globally renowned and universally loved Prime Minister of Pakistan. We are aware that your proposed address in the Parliament has been cancelled. This is most likely owing to the possibility of discourse on the matter of burial rights of the COVID dead arising in Parliament. We therefore hope that our appeal to you is heard. We hope that you will heed our request and take up our cause with our leaders. Honorable Imran Khan, you are one of the most respected and able heads of state in the world. Your skills of diplomacy and statesmanship, just as your ability to lead by example, have inspired people all over the world. Your popularity among Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, and in all parts of the globe continues to grow with every speech you make. You are a champion of the common man. You are also one of Sri Lanka's most dependable allies. Your very recent tweet appreciating the words of our Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, who announced in Parliament that burial rights of the COVID dead will be restored, drew enormous cheer from all Sri Lankans. My father too publicly endorsed the words of our Prime Minister. However, much to the dismay of all of us, the government retracted on that promise once again. Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, we the Muslim community of Sri Lanka, together with other communities, have suffered immensely as a result of this policy. Even a 20-day-old baby wasn't spared from this cruelty. We humbly appeal to you to urgently raise this matter with the Sri Lankan government and enable the restoration of our burial rights. We are hopeful that your intervention on this matter will yield results. We shall be humbly thankful to you and eternally grateful to you should you take up this cause during your visit. While we remain in hope, we shall learn from your fighting spirit as a cricketer, a World Cup winning captain, and a head of state to never give up.